We'll create a list and get organized using it next on Discover Geocaching. Lists are a premium member feature that allow you to plan your next walk through the woods, your hike up the mountain, or that dream vacation. They also automatically update to the app, and you can share them with your geocaching friends. So let's get started. Log into your Geocaching.com account on the website. You can also create a list from the app, but we're going to do it from the website. We'll create a future video on how to work with lists on the app. So you go into your geocaching account, and you can get there a couple of ways. If you click on play and come down to lists, it'll take you to your lists. But also, if you click on your geocaching name, which takes you to your profiles dashboard, on the left hand side you'll see your lists. So just click on your lists. And I have a few lists here, but we're going to create a new one. So what we'll do is up there on the upper right you'll see create new list. We'll click on that, and here's where we type in the name of our new list. I'm going to be doing some caching in Helotes Creek, so I'll just call it Helotes Creek, and we'll click on create. So there's our Helotes Creek list that we just made. Done. But there are no caches there. It says you have no geocaches on your list. So we can just go to the map and we can find some caches. So we'll click go to map and we'll find some caches to put on the list. Okay, as the map loads, Helotes Creek is there on the left hand side a little bit, and we'll zoom in. Those will be some of the caches I'll get. I won't get every cache that I'm going to get on this list, but most of them. So if we come down to this cache down here called it's kneel for butterflies or knees for butterflies, we'll click on that. And then we'll go to the cache page for, there it is. So for now, for knees for butterflies. If you notice, underneath log geocache on the right hand side up there, a couple options down, there's one that says add to list. Just click on that. And this is where we can either make a new list if we wanted to. We could create a new list here, or we can just add it to our Helotes Creek list, which we've already made, which is what I want to do. So all we're going to do is click on Helotes Creek. It'll say saved, and then the box will disappear. And it's kind of quick. So we'll click on that. There's saved, and then it goes away. First couple times doing this, I always wanted to go back and look at the list just to make sure. I know it said saved, but I wanted to make sure that the cache is actually on the list. So let's go do that. So we go back to our lists and click on Helotes Creek, and now instead of saying no geocaches, it shows that we have a cache added. Alright, well, we're not going to just get that one cache. We're going to get a few more caches. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have the distance from your home coordinates. The next to it is how many favorite points the cache has, the size of the cache, the difficulty, terrain, when it was last found, and where it was placed on. So this gives you a whole lot of different things. So you have your settings, create pocket query from there. You can download to GPX, which you can then move over to a GPS receiver. And then if you have a Garmin GPS receiver or GPSR, or some people just say GPS, you can send it directly to your Garmin. You can share this list so that your other geocaching friends can have the list as well. So that's really important. If you've got a group going and you want just the same, you're looking at the same caches, then you can share this list and everybody will be on the same page. All right, the next one over is copy the list and then map the list so you'll see the caches on a map. Just the caches on the list, or you can delete the list. So we'll go back to view our map, zoom back into the place where we had those caches along Helotes Creek. So if you notice that you can come over here and you can click on or select individual caches. Instead, if you click on this box, it selects all of them. Then if you notice there at the bottom, there is a button that has been added that wasn't there before. Now it says add 28 caches or 28 to the list, and if you click on that, it'll show you create a new list. You can create a new list if you want, but the one we want these caches on is Helotes Creek. We click on Helotes Creek. It has a little checkbox, and then it goes away. And we can go back to our lists. And click on Helotes Creek. There's our list for Helotes Creek. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I know that was kind of a long video, but there was just a few steps, and there's a few different ways you can go to lists and do things with lists. Make sure you check it out on the app, because it's great to make a list here at home, and then you go out into the field and that list appears on your app, and it's very, very handy. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there, and don't forget to discover geocaching.